Now let's talk about the barriers. So you are going to have barriers, and we know now innovation and creativity are essential. We've talked about techniques to drive that, but actually many companies struggle. It's not that easy to foster these qualities in the workplace. So let's go into some of these common barriers to innovation and creativity in the workplace, and then we'll discuss some strategies for overcoming them. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you had a great idea, but you couldn't convince other people to see the value? Or perhaps you've been part of a team that struggled to generate new ideas or to implement innovative solutions. And these are real and practical challenges, and just a few examples of the barriers to innovation and creativity that can exist in the workplace. And imagine if your employee had the next best idea, but they didn't have the confidence to talk about it in a brainstorming session. Another common barrier is just a lack of resources, whether that could be funding or time or capacity in your workforce. And without those resources, it's going to be difficult to allocate time and energy to both generate those ideas that you need for creativity and innovation, and then, of course, to bring them to fruition and implementation. And another barrier that's a huge reality is just a general resistance to change or a fear of failure. And this can often prevent individuals and teams and even organizations in general from taking the risks and pursuing new ideas that can lead to incredible success. And culture itself is an important barrier in many cases. If employees just don't feel supported in taking risks or coming up with new ideas or challenging the status quo, they're going to be quite hesitant. They're going to be less likely to invest their time and energy in pursuing new ideas. The culture doesn't support them. Another issue is a lack of diversity and inclusion, and that can limit the range of perspectives and experiences that are brought to the table when generating ideas. And that too is going to lead to a lack of innovation. So, despite these barriers, there are some strategies that can be employed to foster innovation and creativity in the workplace. And once again, we go back to this idea that you can provide training and resources like courses that you're doing at the moment to help employees develop their creative problem-solving skills. Also, creating a culture that values risk-taking, that values experimentation and collaboration can help break down the barriers to innovation. And often you just have to start somewhere and then it spreads and spreads throughout the organization. Also, be very intentional about creating opportunities for diverse groups of employees to come together and share their perspectives and experiences. And this can be achieved through cross-functional teams, brainstorming sessions, or other collaborative initiatives. So, in conclusion to this lesson, innovation and creativity are essential for the success of any organization. But to be honest, they're not that easy to foster in the workplace. And it looks easy from the outside when you see it being done by successful organizations. So, identifying and overcoming those barriers to innovation and creativity is your job as the manager. And organizations that have very clever, capable managers like yourself are going to be able to create a culture that values and rewards creative thinking, problem solving, all of which leads to improved performance and greater success.